Welcome to Dominican USA. My name is Mr. Kennedy, and we're coming live from the rooftop studio here in the heart of Santo Domingo. Today, we're going to talk about the missing children. We're going to give you updates of what's happening here in the Dominican Republic. Also, we're going to talk about the Amber Alert system. The Amber Alert system that has saved countless of thousands of children in the United States. And we are going to tell you how we're going to bring that system here to the Dominican Republic. So stay with us.
Mr. Kennedy presents Dominican USA.
Welcome back to Dominican USA. We have exciting news. The FBI, the forensic team of the FBI, has joined the search for Brianna Henao. They're currently right now in Puerto Plata searching for the 3-year-old. And they're gathering up all the evidence. But the authorities, the Dominican authorities, haven't released any further information on the whereabouts of Brianna Henao. We're going to keep you posted on everything that goes on. It is extremely important that the communities share all the information, and we could gather all this information to help the authorities with the search for Brianna Henao. Now, the authorities haven't released any information. That is so. We're wondering why, but this takes time. It really takes time, but time is crucial. We're going to be on top of what's going on. We're going to keep you informed. Now, let's talk about preventive measures. Most of you heard about the Amber Alert. The Amber Alert is a system that was created in 1996 because of the death of Amber Hagerman. She was a 9-year-old child in the state of Texas. She was riding her bike in front of a home. One sunny afternoon, she was abducted, she was violated, she was murdered, and she was mutilated. And it's important to understand that through her death, was it in vain? And we have the Amber Alert system. Now, August 21st of 2023, the president of the Dominican Republic, Luis Abinader, he ordered his officials to go to Washington to learn about the Amber system and bring it back so they could implement it here. Now, I've been here for a while. I'm going to tell you one thing. I don't know anything about the Amber Alert system here. Does it exist? If you know, write it in the comments. If you don't know, write it in the comments. It's important that if they implemented this Amber Alert system, nobody knows about.
What is the Mr. Kennedy?
The Amber Alert system, I'm going to tell you right now, and it's important, and I'm going to read it to you. I know that, wow, you know, this is the Amber Alert system, and I'm going to read this to you. Recommended by the U.S. Department of Justice, includes confirming an abduction, belief that the child is in imminent danger, availability of descriptive information, the child's age being 17 and younger, and details being entered in the National Crime Information Center called the NICS system. The NICS system is a system ran by the FBI that they have all the information, all the criminals that are out there. Now, is that important to know that the Amber Alert system is here? But does anyone know?
How do you know?
Well, because we don't know, because nobody's talking about it. And I'm going to tell you, I've been in and out in the streets asking people, do you know about the Amber Alert? Nobody knows about it. So the government is doing a poor job in awareness. Again, everything is awareness. And campaigns for awareness, they cost money. We have to invest these funds in protecting our children. It is vitally important that we understand, because we could minimize these abductions. We could do better than what we're doing. The Amber Alert is a platform. It goes into your cell phone. You get this alert when the child is missing. You're going to get description of the child. You're going to get the age of the child. You are going to get possibly a license plate, if there's any, during the abduction. You're going to get what community the child was adopted and what state. And it's important. It has worked. It has brought thousands and thousands of children back to their homes. The Amber Alert does, and it's proven to work, and we need the Amber Alert here. We need it to work effectively, but we need to bring awareness. We need campaigns. Like I said, they spend money on political campaigns. Let's spend the money on our children. Let's get them back home, and hey, if you have to call your elected officials locally, if you have to send an email to you, even to your president, because over here in the Dominican Republic, the streets, they need to be fixed. They make a shout out to the president. This is extremely important. How can I say this? How can I say this? How can I reach these folks that are out there, the ones who make decisions? I'm talking to you, the government officials. Let's do the right thing. Let's bring awareness. Let's bring Amber Alert to the Dominican Republic so we can safeguard our children. Now, the Dominican Republic is on the map, my friends. It really is on the map. We had 14.2 million visitors in 2025. And these folks are now ambassadors when they go back to their country, to their homes. And the Dominican Republic is under a microscope. We're no longer that country that, my God, where is it at on the map? Everyone knows where the Dominican Republic is. And we have to do better. The government has to do better. We have to work together. Communities have to come together. And I'm imploring everyone that's watching this to speak to your neighbors, to share information. It is the only way that we're going to have better communities here in the Dominican Republic. We have to activate. We have to be involved in what happens here in the Dominican Republic. It is extremely important that we understand that and we gravitate to the idea that we can make this country better day by day, week by week, month by month, year by year. We have to do better. This cannot be a blemish on the Dominican Republic. We must not bow our heads. We must lift our heads, and we must work together. So,
We cannot forget, right?
yes, we cannot forget. Let's not forget, and let's work together. I want to thank you for being here. This is Dominican USA. My name is Mr. Kennedy. We want to thank you for being with us. We want to thank you for sharing your time. And please, if you haven't, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and stay tuned for our next segment. Thank you for being with us.